Hey, so at the Bridge Church over the last, few weeks, we've been in some pretty high places. We've talked about things like the mission, like our mission and prayer and the Holy Spirit. And last week we were back in Mark and we talked about the call to discipleship and we baptized some people. And I think in the life of our church as a whole, it's felt pretty exciting so far. And we all kind of go through seasons like this in life where things are clicking and things are happening and it's good and there's victory and so on. But inevitably this doesn't last. Inevitably there is a descent from the high places, from the mountaintop experiences in life. And this past Sunday in Mark 9, we talked about the transfiguration, this moment where Jesus brings three of his disciples up and it's like he's unveiled. His godness is unveiled and his glory shines in all of its brilliance. And the disciples, obviously this is a pretty cool moment for them. They see Jesus talking to Moses and Elijah. They hear God's voice saying, listen to Jesus. Great moment, mountaintop experience. And then right afterwards, Jesus has to kind of burst their bubble by talking about suffering. He talks about how John the Baptist suffered before him and how he is going to suffer and die, and he just keeps on bringing this up. And it's like he's telling the disciples, it's not just about what happens on the mountaintop, it's also in suffering and in rejection and in death that you'll know me and that you'll have to follow me, and it's in that stuff where you're going to find salvation. And that's always hard for us. We want to stay on the mountaintop, but to realize that Jesus is calling us to descend into the places where life is difficult and where there's suffering and rejection and death and so on. But Jesus is there and he saves us there and he brings us out of that into true resurrection life. And so, my question for you, as we recognize the joy of being on the mountaintop, my question is, as you descend, how do you understand that descent in light of what Jesus says in Mark chapter 9?